Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on the final day of just chilling out here at OGPP, having us a great time, and we got 7,074 sneaky snacking to start off with. We've almost got everything we need to be ready for tomorrow. That's why we got our boy Vaporeon on the team. We're going to grab the last of that ginger that we need. We're going to, you know what? That's not actually the last of the ginger we need, because I'm about to do something really kind of silly, but kind of fun. Double trigger from Gardevoir after just a couple hours of being awake, so I'll take that. Not gonna complain at all. Let's see, we've got today's Sunday. Of course, nothing from you, my guy. That's all right, though. We already got a skill trigger there. Good. Good. And more corn? Perfect. All right, let's make some breakfast. It's gonna be something a little bit different. We're gonna get some XP on something that is not what we've been working on. The spicy leek curry, I can make this. Only use 10 of the ginger that I was saving up for something else, but that's all right. We're just gonna go ahead and use stuff that we don't need for anything else. Honey is something we don't need. And let's see, the rest is all stuff we need. But we do have plenty of corn. Let's throw in some of that. We only need about 30 something corn, so I will stop at 24 and leave 40. We do not need coffee beans at all, so we'll throw that in there. And you know what? We don't need soybeans either. Let's throw those in there. And I think we're just going to stop there. We're not going to add any more. We're just going to get what we can, use what we can that doesn't interfere with tomorrow. And hopefully we get extra tasty and get a decent amount of XP on this spicy leek curry. There it is. And also, just push us that much closer to Master 3 to get that incense. 104,000. That just might put us at Master 3. Either that or we're going to be a little shy. Actually, second guessing it now. I'm second guessing it. Come on. It's going to be, yeah, about Master 2.5. But that's fine. That does mean we will get Master 3 by the end of the day. Still got to collect those berries from Raichu, which, you know, no worries there. We'll collect them at some point and be done with it. But for now, let's go ahead and move on and grab our 200 sleep points. Puts us at a grand total of 6,214. And then for our daily lottery, yeah, I don't know why I stumbled over that. For our daily lottery, we can pick up another biscuit. Good, we do need biscuits. Pretty bad. It's kind of bad where we're at on biscuits. Let's dive into this sleep report. Let's see if we got to use one of those biscuits. Hopefully not. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what's up. All right. And we got a decent amount of sleep, 9 hours, 5 minutes. Not waking up when I want to still, convincing myself to sleep later. That's definitely snoozing. It's definitely snoozing. Not what we're looking for either, but I would take a shiny Shinx. It's one of my favorite shinies. Shinx is one of my favorite electric types. I would be happy to have one if we could. It's going to be in a top belly of 2-3 stars, so not too many dream shards today, but, you know, maybe a decent amount of research XP. I would like to get to 65 quickly if we could. That'd be fantastic. That'd be real fantastic, but this is not the week for it. I see what I believe is a Luxio down there. Finally got 8 spawns, too, so there's that as well. Also, didn't even think about Fuecoco. Shiny Fuecoco would be nice, too. There's a lot from the Shinx family there. We got Flaffy, Luxio, Doug Trio, Flaffy again, Mr. Mime, Shinx, Luxio again, and Fuecoco. 6k research XP is not a lot, but the game crashed yet again, no surprise. Okay, now we're back, and let's see, where are we at? We're already on the catching screen, and yeah, it just went straight here. Nothing was hungry. That is unfortunate. Wow, okay, so there's not really anything I want to catch here, to be honest with you. I mean, we already have like 3 really good Fuecocos. We've got the really good AAA Skeledirge that I don't think I can really get much better. We've got a really good berry finding helping bonus Fuecoco for the ghost berries if we really want to do that. And we've got another one that brings in more sausage than my Charizard does. So I don't really see a reason to catch that. Same story with Shinx. We've got a very solid AAA tomato gathering Shinx that we still haven't worked on. Mareep and Flaffy, we have a pretty good Ampharos. Not the best. I technically could get a better one, but I'm not going to catch a Flaffy. I'm going to catch a Mareep for the free main skill levels. I mean, in Mr. Mime, we have I think two really good ones now. So, and then Doug Trio, I just don't really use. And I would catch a Diglett, which I thought we had. No, we don't have a Diglett here. So yeah, I would catch a Diglett, not a Doug Trio. But yeah, Doug Trio's days of usefulness are kind of on the wane. So I think we just feed this, honestly. Just feed it a premium biscuit. Big hit. No big hit. And we might just leave it. We might just leave it at that. But I hate to do it, so we're not going to. I hate to walk away with just one pip left. So I'm not going to. We'll go ahead and feed him, take him home, and we're going to see. Maybe it's a good one. Maybe it'll be a really good ABB or AAB. Either one. That'd be fine. Would it? Maybe AAC. AAX would be cool too. Let's see. You know what? I think out of these, Boy Cocoa Candy is the most useful, so we'll send that out. That's what we're going to send out. We're going to send out that belly up photo. Get a decent amount of candy out of that too. That's very good. 5,989 research XP and 8,824 dream shards. Okay, well, not too bad. Not too bad. All right. Friendship level 11, level 14, and naive. I don't know if that's going to help us or not, but we're going to see. We're going to see. It's ABC. Why? Come on, dude. If this has got perfect sub skills, I'm going to be so upset. Very upset. All right. Let's see. Sleep XP bonus. Inventory up S. Skill trigger S. Okay, yeah. Ingredient finder S. I mean, the sub skills aren't terrible. They're not great. And then naive. XP gains up. Main skill chance down. I think it's just gonna be okay. I think that's the best case scenario for this, is that it's just okay. Yeah. PR 50 so far. It is going to go up a little bit from ingredient finder and helping speed, but still just going to be okay. So I think this is definitely one that's okay to send to live with the professor. So yeah, I believe that's what we're going to do. Yeah, we're going to send this one to go live with the professor, and we're going to move on. Sorry, buddy. But yeah, we got to move on. There's better things for us to catch out there. So let's move on. Let's see what's up. All right. Let's go ahead and grab some more. No more oil. All right. Where are we at? Everybody's good. Let's check the news. It's not going to pop up because I was a little slow this morning when I was checking my bag. No new news, so no surprise there. We do have some community reports. Going to be about 34 of them. Very nice. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 out of 34 that doubled up. Almost one away from 50% doubled up odds. So that's pretty good. All right. No level ups today. No worries. No level ups, no worries. It's all good, man. All right, let's check our pantry. Let's see how we're doing. We did, of course, get everything we need for breakfast and lunch for curries tomorrow. So we're set there. We don't have to get anything else. As far as salads, green grass salad, we should now, add that oil collection we got from Toxicroak a minute ago is what gave us enough oil. So we're good there. We can take Toxicroak off the team. And of course, we have enough tomatoes and potatoes because we had enough for the curry. And then for desserts, if we roll that, we're making tea time corn scones. We're only 2 ginger away. The 5 apples, I have a feeling, I'm pretty sure Raichu already has 3 apples in its inventory, so I can collect those. And if Gardevoir doesn't get me 2 apples between now and tomorrow morning, we got a bigger problem. So, yeah. Other than that, I mean, we're just missing the 2 ginger, and we are set for tomorrow. So there's a lot we can do now. I could later on, if I want to be real cheeky, set up the Orange Brigade and let them go ahead and try to guarantee us an extra tasty if possible. But for now, I think since we've got enough oil, I think I want to just expand the pot. Try to make a little bit bigger of a meal tomorrow morning, regardless of which meal type we get. And then, like, if we get desserts, for example, just throw in everything we had built up for salads and curries. So that way we don't have to worry about it. And we could be done. So let's go ahead and get you on the team. Start building up some pot expansions. And we'll leave Raichu on the team for now. I do want to make sure that we get to Master 3 for that incense. And other than that, we're in a solid place. We're in a really good spot. I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess maybe once Tyranitar gets us the ginger, I might swap in Dragonite just to get some extra herbs for more pot filler. Could throw on our shiny Blastoise, get more cocoa for pot filler. That'd be really good too. As well as the potential, admittedly low potential for a main skill trigger for that ingredient magnet, because it is rash, so it's main skill chance down. So could do that, but I mean, really, I'm just kind of chilling. I may even go ahead and swap to the Orange Brigade and put Flareon on the team while we build up some extra taste, or not extra taste, some pot expansions. Might do that. Problem is, if I was going to do this, I should have done it yesterday. Shouldn't have made breakfast, but I mean, we could try. Doesn't hurt to try, you know? So that's where we're at right now with the team. As far as what to do with the team in the future, we talked yesterday about the Musharna that I invested in. We talked about the potential Swalot that I was going to invest in. We also talked about the Pawmot that I caught that I was thinking about. I feel like there might have been a little bit of confusion with that Pawmot. When I invest in a Pawmot, if this is the one I invest in or not, I'm still not 100% sure on that, but we'll talk about that here in a minute. But if I invest in a Pawmot, it isn't to replace Gardevoir full-time. Gardevoir will still be my primary healer. Pawmot would just step in for Gardevoir on days where we're on, or weeks where we're on OGPP for the favored berries here, because Pawmot would bring in the Greppa berries. And on weeks that we have desserts, because Pawmot brings in extra milk and cocoa just to give us that little bit extra. Whereas Gardevoir only helps with apples and corn, which not the biggest help on dessert weeks, but that's what I'm thinking with Pawmot. It's not going to be a full-time replacement. So I just wanted to be clear about that. Especially if we're making Clodsire eclairs, any extra milk and cocoa that we can get from our healer on a dessert week is going to be very helpful. So that's what I'm thinking. That said, I guess since we're already on the Pawmot and Gardevoir conversation, let's go ahead and look at them first. So somebody in the comments suggested that I take a look at the energy curve analysis on the Raenon website. In all fairness and 100% transparency, I've never really used it, never really looked into it. So this is very limited knowledge for me that I'm working with on the energy curve analysis. But I think I understand it well enough that it gives me the information that I need. Of course, as always, if you're more familiar with this part of Raenon and I am looking at this the wrong way, feel free to correct me. I want to make sure that I understand it correctly, but this is the energy curve analysis screen. You can find it right here, just above my stupid head, right there. Nope, that's the EXP calculator, the one right below it, energy curve analysis. I can't scroll down farther. But it's in between Pokemon EXP calculator and items. And what I've done is I've plugged in both my Gardevoir and the potential Pawmot. I went ahead and made a separate Pawmot in my Pokemon box that I could manipulate so I could use this. And then over here on skill recovery, I just hit the import from box feature and I selected Gardevoir for this one. And so we can see kind of what Raenon expects the energy to look like on my team over the course of the day. And basically these hours are what I've plugged in that I'm asleep, as you can see, from midnight to about 9:30 in the morning, which roughly accurate. So from midnight to about 9:30 in the morning, of course it drops off because I'm not collecting, but at the same time, once you go to sleep, that energy level that your Pokemon were at is locked in for their production overnight. So once you're asleep, this part doesn't really matter. What we want to see is that we're keeping our energy high throughout the day. So at 9:30 in the morning, we're starting off with 100. Gardevoir gets double trigger and pops us well above 100 very quickly. It's really funny that it starts this way because I usually collect as soon as I wake up, so it should be higher. But the point here is that the efficiency remains at 2.22 times efficiency for the entire team while I'm awake the entire day. It doesn't drop off until like 4:20 in the morning, which I'm asleep and it's already locked in at 100%, 2.22 times efficiency. I'm just going to call it 2.2 just to say it easier. It's locked in at 2.2 times while I'm asleep because we stayed at or above 80% energy the entire day. So that's what we want to see here. This is how my Gardevoir performs on the energy curve analysis. That said, the idea is to also look at Pawmot to see how it performs compared to Gardevoir here. Gardevoir keeps me at 2.2 across the entire day. If I then switch to Pawmot, also keeps me at 2.2 the entire day. It does drop off a little bit earlier at 1.4 because you can see that it's at 4.02 energy per skill trigger, or 4.02 times per day versus 4.9 times per day. But the end result is the same, that it should theoretically, unless we have a bad RNG day, keep my team at or above max efficiency. Not above, can't go above. I was going to say at or above 80% energy, and then I switched to say a max efficiency. It will keep my team at max efficiency the entire day according to the energy curve analysis, and it only drops off at 1:40 in the morning after I'm already asleep, but it doesn't matter because I'm already asleep. It's locked in at max efficiency. So I think the Pawmot performs well enough that it's worth investing in. Granted, I'm not going to invest in it today. We're investing in other stuff for more pressing things like Dream Shard Week. So I think this is one that's good enough that if by the time I'm ready to invest in a second healer, I haven't caught a better one, this one will be perfectly fine. That's kind of what I'm getting from this energy curve analysis. Again, if I got anything wrong, please feel free to correct me. I want to make sure that I'm understanding this correctly, but from what I do understand, that's correct. You can also see these little bitty notches right here where it goes from 102 down to 101 and then back up to 102 is feeding time. We've got 7 p.m., 1900. So that's what these little notches are here for, just that little one energy that I get from feeding time. But either way, it should perform just as well in terms of practical application, is what I'm getting from this. So that said, I'm pretty happy. Still going to catch more Pawmi. I want to see if I can get a better one. I think we have a somewhat decent chance of getting a better one. I would like to get one that's closer to 4.5, 5 times, but I don't know how realistic that is. But either way, if it's good enough and it does the job, then it's good enough and it does the job, you know? So that said, let's go ahead and move on to one of the others that we talked about yesterday, the potential Swalot investment. I said that I wanted to look and see what the odds are of me catching a better one, and that's what we're going to look at now. So this one's PR 74. The odds of me catching a better one without investing in it are actually kind of high, a bit higher than I would have thought. Now, granted, at level 1, it does make sense. Doesn't have the best nature for a skill specialist. Ideally, gentle, careful, sassy. One of those 3 would have been great, but we didn't get it. But even still, it's a 2.1 versus 2.3. So not a huge difference at level 1. Granted, we never catch anything at level 1. It's always at level 15 or so. 54% chance of catching a better one at level 10, though, which ours is currently level 15. So it's going to be about 54% chance of catching a better one at the moment, simply because ours does not have skill trigger M at the start, but that is what it is. Helping speed at the start is also not the worst. If it was helping speed M, it would be a lot closer. I don't think it would be 54%. But right now it's not looking good, and it's got me hesitating on whether or not I want to invest in it. However, at level 50, it does close the gap in terms of the probability of catching a better one. We are at a relative strength of 45%, and as a refresher, that just means that compared to a completely neutral Gulpin, this one is 45% stronger than that. But still quite a ways off of ideal, whereas the ideal one is going to give me 4 skill triggers per day. The one that I have is only 3.3 as a Gulpin. If we look at it as a Swalot, it's going to be more skill triggers, but right now we're just looking as a Gulpin because that's what I'm catching. So the Gulpin we have now compared to another one I could catch. It's kind of where we're at. However, it does get better over time. The relative strength goes up. Probability of catching a better one goes down. At level... I forgot to calculate all the way to 100. Let's go to max level right now. Because at level 75, this gap between the skills does close. But not as much as I would like. I think it ends up being 1 less skill trigger per day than an ideal one at level 75. So that's what I'm kind of being held up by, is that 1 per day. Let's go ahead and let's change this to a Swalot. Let's go ahead and calculate it all the way out at max. If we were to invest, not even max, max is the wrong word. Just to invest Helping Speed M, and did I goof? I did not goof. Okay. Yeah, 1 subskill seed to get Helping Speed M and leave inventory up M as it is. And then make sure we go all the way out to level 100. Let's calculate this again. Actually, you know what? We should do an intraspecies calculation because we don't care about the ingredient spread. So, yeah. Yeah. It's not helping. It's still pretty decent odds of catching a better one pre-level 50. But at level 50, the odds of catching a better one go down drastically because we unlock that skill trigger M. And then we also get skill trigger S at level 75, which helps a lot as well. We'll let this calculate out for a minute. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, is I think I'm being... What's the word I'm looking for? I think I am letting perfection get in the way. That I don't want to invest so heavily in this if it's not perfect because of the cost of it. And I think I'm letting that get in my own way, and that may not be the proper way to handle this. I think it is good enough that we can invest in it, and I just don't like the steep cost. I think that's really what's holding me up, is the steep cost. It's 120k dream shards plus all of my main skill seeds that I would have access to right now. And even that only gets it to level 7 main skill level, not 8. So it's kind of where I'm at, is being hung up on that. Let's go out here. Let's, you know what? Let's just start a new team. Let's look at a new team real fast just to clear the board. Gulpin. Where you at, buddy? There you are. Let's go ahead and make you a Swalot, level 50. Let's say we only put a seed there. Boom. And then it would cost us 6. Yeah, 6 main skill seeds, which I think I only have access to 5 at the moment. No, technically I could buy 6. I think I have 4 in my bag at the moment. Either that or I have 4 sub-skill seeds. Let's just assume that I could go ahead and max it out. 6 main skill seeds versus a more ideal Swalot. Load all. A more ideal Swalot. Let's go ahead and pull from this. Let's see. What are you saying is ideal? Let's just get you... Best we can do right now is 50, so let's just go to 50. You are saying Helping Speed M and both skill triggers with Careful Nature. So, Helping Speed M, both skill triggers. I think M and then S, and then Careful Nature. Where's Careful Nature? There you are. And level 50. And let's say that we go ahead and max these out. Same 6 seed investment. What does that look like at the end of the day? Yikes. That's a big difference. It doesn't look like a big difference because it's daily. Let's set this to weekly real quick. Over the course of a week, it'll get me 135,000 for a perfect one over 110,000. But the odds of getting perfect is very low. Perfect is like 1 in something million, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, this is at level 75. There's 2.8 million possible. No, it's going up. It's going to be closer to 3 something million possible combinations. Granted, some of this is because of the ingredient spread, so once you take that out of the equation, it does drop it down. But either way, the odds are in the millions. So that's kind of the problem. That's kind of the problem. Is we don't have good odds of catching a better one. And I think this is the best one we're going to have for a long time. So that's kind of my hang up, is that I don't know that I want to invest so much in one that I have decent odds of catching a better one before I invest in it, you know? So that's kind of where I'm at. Let's go. Let's see. Where are you at, Gulpin? Where are you at, buddy? I always forget. Gulpin's what? Generation 5? Is that what it is? I passed it for sure. Yeah, there it is. All right. Yeah, okay. What I wanted to see was how many main skill seeds I have. I only have 3, and I could buy 2 from the shop. So yeah, I only have access to 5 at the moment. Which would be a heavy Dream Shard investment, would be a heavy main skill seed investment, and a heavy sleep point investment to buy those 2 extra main skill seeds that I have access to. I really want 75 to finish. This is the one I want to look at. It's just taking forever because we're at 6.7 million combinations, 6.8 million combinations. So, and its PR is going down. It's worse than when I rated it initially. Granted, it's AAA, so it probably won't affect it at all, but it might affect it a slight bit, but definitely not enough to get to 85. So, and that's with helping speed M, it's PR 74. The problem is, we don't have time to hunt another Gulpin. If I would have known, I would have gone to Topalo and I would have been hunting Gulpin this entire time. But I didn't know. I didn't know. And yet here we are. There we go. It's finally done. 2.4% odds of catching a better one at level 75, which is where we get the double skill triggers for ours. So, yeah. 6.2 versus 7.3. So that's what I'm saying. Is like, it's not terrible. It's not. But production comparison kind of makes me feel like it is. Let's go ahead and plug this one in. It's going to be helping speed S. It'll be the same effect. So let's go ahead and plug that in. Let's say they're both 75. I mean, yeah, about a 20,000 Dream Shard per week difference, which actually, I guess 20,000 per week is not that bad. 20,000 per week difference is not that bad. Maybe I'm talking myself into it. Worst case scenario, we invest in the one that we have now. We do find a better one. And we have 2. We have 2 that can bring in a bunch of Dream Shards. That can really help us during the holiday event when we get the extra Dream Shards. Can really help us during the next Dream Shard week. Because surely Dream Shard week is going to come around again. So maybe that's the way to look at it. Is that even if I invest in this one now and I do catch a better one, we got 2. They're not mutually exclusive. I can use them both. So maybe that's the way to look at it. But I don't know. Again, I'm going to appeal to your thoughts and opinions on this one. Let me know if I'm being crazy by not investing in this, or if I'm being crazy to invest in it. Because I feel like both are legitimate answers at this point. But I also think it's my own personal hangups that have got me, and I need that little help to get over the hurdle on which decision to make at this point. But that's where we're at. Trying to give you guys as much information as possible about this to help me make this decision, but it's really the cost that's holding me up. That's the problem, is the cost. Let's see. I don't even think we can get this guy. How far can we get you? How far can we go? We can get to 40 something. 44. It doesn't leave us any to evolve him with. And we still need to invest in the Musharna. But that's going to cost us about, yeah, just shy of 120,000 Dream Shards. Just to get to 44. So we could definitely make it happen. We've already spent 57,000 Dream Shards so far. The question is, will it help us to make a profit next week? That's the real question. But it's kind of where I'm at. That's my thoughts on all this. That's what I'm thinking. And just a quick, well, not quick, I guess. We spent probably about 15 minutes talking about everything that we talked about yesterday in a follow-up. But that's where I'm at. And maybe Flareon can give me a skill trigger to make me feel good. No, but we tried. You? No. How about you? No. Anybody? Gardevoir, you're my only hope. No. Okay. Well, anyway, that's my thoughts on what we talked about yesterday. It's kind of the follow-up, and yeah, that's where I'm going to wrap things up for today. So, thank you for watching the video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy these videos. A huge shout out to our ace trainers, Illusion, White, Husky Star, JP Barty, Rogue Bastion, Michael O'Brien Jr., Josh Garrett, and Michael Hayes. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you would like to support the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe plus or the join button right below this video. And while you're down there in the description box, you can find a link to my Ko-Fi where you can give a one-off donation if you'd prefer of any amount. And you can also find links to my live stream channel as well as to the Discord where you can come hang out with and talk with a cool community of people. Other than that, y'all have a good night. And until next time, later, dudes.